that was fighting for gay rights, and people were killed.
Nobody was killed at Stonewall.
Nobody was killed.
When Anya Nerve won season 17 of RuPaul's Drag Race in April 2025, it was another momentous occasion where yet another winner was added into the legacy of the series. While yes, we do get dozens of new crownings every year, those that win the main series are always a tad more elevated than the rest, just given by the fact that it is the flagship series and the most highly marketed / viewed. But along with that comes a pressure. Having a crown be put on your head isn't the end of your journey. It's expected that when a queen wins a season, she will fulfill her reign for the next year. Only Anya Nerve, who is the current reigning queen, has been getting a lot of criticism from the fan base over the past couple months. Many people feeling that she has not lived up to the expectations that had been laid out by those that came before her. Yet what are the details of this drama? And how should we feel about a queen's reign in general? Well, we're gonna get into it, but before we start, I have a bet for you. And it's that honestly, I think Squarespace can build you a website faster than you can build furniture. This video is brought to you by Squarespace, the no-stress platform that helps you build a great-looking website without all the usual tech headaches. You get everything on one spot: your domain, beautiful design tools, built-in payments, analytics, and more. When I first tried it, I expected a learning curve, but it was actually super intuitive. I picked a template, dragged a few things around, and suddenly it looked like something I'd actually want to show people. No coding, no panicking, just vibes. And here's the feature I didn't realize I needed: the analytics dashboard. It shows you exactly where your traffic's coming from, what's working, what's not, all in real time. It's super helpful if you're selling something or just trying to grow your audience without guessing what people care about. So if there's something you've been thinking of launching, maybe a project, a store, or a portfolio, take this as your sign to finally do it. Click the link in the description below and head to Squarespace to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you'll get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now, let's begin. As time has gone by, the spectrum of what a queen can do in the year of her reign has only widened. We've had winners who've accomplished so much, breaking down barriers, exploring new ground that drag hasn't touched yet, and leaving behind a lasting impact that they can be remembered for in the future. On the other hand, we've had winners with, quote, weaker reigns, where they did the bare minimum in terms of what was expected from them, with not a big list of achievements. That's not to say that cases like these are bad. After all, it shouldn't be mandatory that if you win, you still have to somehow prove yourself in the months that follow. If anything, you've already proved yourself as a worthy winner simply by the fact that Ru chose to put a crown on your head. Comparing the winners' reigns of the new era against the old era is also sort of unfair, because as we know, the winners from the first decade of the series had a lot more attention on them, given that we didn't have international franchises at that point, or all-star seasons. These winners were truly the center of attention for the entirety of their reign, so there was a lot more resources at their disposal. In the case of the modern winners, while yes, there's countless more seasons that air right after they're crowned, they do still have a slightly elevated degree to their presence simply by the fact that they are the most recently crowned winners of the main franchise. Let's look, for instance, at the reigns from season 11 to season 17. Yvie Oddly won season 11. Instantly, she had become a fan favorite since the premiere episode released, so she was able to ride the wave to keep the momentum going. However, she had a bit of a rocky road. Pretty soon after her reign, fans began to critique Yvie for not living up to the standard of a winner when it came to how she dressed herself for things like meet and greets, or overall, the booking she was getting in cities all over the world. There were arguments being made that while all drag is valid, when it comes to a winner, it should at least retain the same quality as what was displayed on their season. Or the common trend to see their drag vastly evolve for the better given the boost that their career just had. Instead, there was a lot of pushback that Yvie Oddly experienced in her reigning time as a queen, even adding layers to her drama where she made a social media post about how fans should respect her boundaries when it comes to asking for pictures outside of a given show. Overall, the last leg of Evie's reign was tainted by the fact that the last 6 months of it were ruined by the COVID-19 lockdowns, with even the step-down look being a DIY getup that sort of got lost with time. Then we had Jada Essence Hall's reign after being crowned the winner of season 12. This was a hard one because she had the unfortunate circumstances of not even getting to have a big celebration, being that she was stuck in lockdown in her living room, and there was close to no Pride events going on anywhere. The most she was really able to do was the drive-in drag tours, where the queens did what they could to still be able to work and perform. But regardless, it was a rough era. All of that being said, I would say that Jada actually had a successful reign given the circumstances. Yeah, she was super limited by the fact that they were in the middle of a pandemic, but on the other hand, she constantly was pushing out content, whether it was through collaborations or photo shoots, and never got into any major dramas. Plus, she earned herself the respect from a lot of fellow winners and queens, really cementing her as one of the best received winners of the double digit era. When it comes to Simone, who won season 13, she actually probably had the best reigning year since Sasha Velour, because Simone quite literally became such a huge star both during and in the months that followed her crowning. She was being invited to some big events in Hollywood, hanging out with A-listers, was on The Tonight Show hosted by Rupaul, and even when it came to her step-down look, regardless of if you like it or not, was a perfect way of ending her year as the reigning queen by creating a huge debate within the fanbase on what constitutes as an elevated outfit for stepping down from the title of America's Next Drag Superstar. In the case of Willow Pill, the winner of season 14, she had one of the weaker reigns up until that point. While she was a fan favorite throughout the airing of the season, and ultimately nobody really argued against her win, she sort of did something that most winners before her hadn't, which was to sort of just ride the wave for the next year without really doing anything outside of the box. She did a small collaboration with Cornbread on a music video, but that was sort of it. It actually was a good way of setting up the next inductee into the winner's circle for success, which brings us to Sasha Colby, the winner of season 15, followed by Nymphia Wind, the winner of season 16. Both of these queens had mega successful reigns that sort of mirrored each other in different ways. Sasha was able to turn into a pillar within the franchise, and is one of the most successful winners of the double digit era. And for Nymphia, she went on to become a great representation for Taiwan's drag scene and culture, being given a lot of opportunities throughout the year to be able to capitalize off her win. It truly highlighted why they were each such good picks to carry the title and represent the brand, because they truly left behind a lasting impact to be remembered. Plus, additionally, they're living proof that just because you're a winner from the most recent seasons of the franchise doesn't mean that you can't have a reign that's highly impactful. Then we get to Anya Nerve, the winner of season 17, and at the time that this video is being uploaded, is still our current reigning queen of the main franchise. Listen, at the end of the day, we don't know the details behind what's been going on this year with Anya, and the decisions that have sprung out regarding how she managed her time as the crowned queen. We can only analyze the facts of the situation. What we do know is that once Anya Nerve won season 17 in May of 2025, she ended up dropping out of the spotlight. Usually this is normal since after all, your season just finished airing. However, we have seen with cases like that of Sasha Colby or Nymphia Wind that just because we are in the era where 12 seasons air per year doesn't mean it's impossible for you to maintain the momentum of your career and the boost that comes from earning yourself a crown. The biggest achievement from Anya was when earlier this year it was announced that she would be starring as Lola, the main character of Broadway's mega successful play called Kinky Boots. This resulted in Anya canceling a lot of the gigs she had lined up in order to accommodate this, which makes sense. I mean, it's a career-defining opportunity that could open up more doors for her in the Broadway world in the future. Yet this past month, it was announced that during the tech rehearsals of Kinky Boots, which is about to open to the public, Anya was out of nowhere replaced by her understudy, and all promotion relating to Anya starring in the play was removed from social media. No big announcement was made, and ultimately all we really got was just the confirmation that she wouldn't be on Broadway anymore. And to this day, we still don't know why she was dropped. If you happen to know any tea, comment it below. What this has done was really throw things into a loop in terms of Anya's reign, because it seems like all her eggs had been put in one basket. Regardless, we do have to respect her own professional decisions and how she handles big moves within her reign. After all, she doesn't really owe anyone anything. Yet, one thing is for sure, and it's that I have never seen such a big amount of criticism towards a main season winner like this since probably Willow Pill from season 14. What's more is that there's only about a month or two before Anya officially steps down from the title. So who knows, maybe she'll end up surprising everyone at the season 18 finale when she comes out in her step down look and ends up being one of the best ones of all time. One thing's for sure, when it comes to the concept of a modern reign, there's two avenues that you can take. You can either try to impress the fan base and go above and beyond by either following the blueprint laid out by those that came before you, or being a trailblazer by coming out with something new. Yet if you do choose to go the route of being under the radar, shouldn't that also be a valid way of representing the brand of the franchise? Let me know in the comments what you think. Who are you rooting for to win season 18? And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to help me out with the algorithm. I'll see you guys next time. So if there's something you've been thinking of launching, maybe a project, a store, or a portfolio, take this as your sign to finally do it. Click the link in the description below and head to Squarespace to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, you'll get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. I want to take a moment to thank my patrons. In the Elite Pink Squad, we have Matthew Burns, Gay Uncle, Sari Tish, Las Potitas, Cool Gal Nan, Jet Sam Adams, and Natasha De Leon. And in the Gay Squad, we have Lone Resident, Christine Gregory. And in the Green Squad, we have Cayman Rider Furry, Edgar Allan Pup, The Only Sean, IJS, Not a Punch, But a Keek, Jack Beck, Galeria Gomez, Sarah G, Scarlet Rose, Boiled Peanut, Not an Omelet, But an Egg, Max Whale, Dea, Dea, and Niall O'Hearain. If you'd like to see your name on the screen, you can support me on Patreon. The link will be in the description. I'll see you guys next time.